Sharon, I'm so glad to see you. Thank you. It's glad to be seen. You took me back to a 40-year record. Oh, yeah? Gold plus. There you go.
People get ready for the train is coming. Don't need no baggage, just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesel humming. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. Welcome, viewing audience and listening audience, to the People Get Ready podcast with the political legendary guru, Mr. Charles E. Bibb Sr. from Bibb's Record Shop. We have some hot breaking news for you today. We have Miss Candace Jones will be bringing to you today the Free for Free. She will explain to you how this works. Miss Candace Jones, take it away.
Thank you, Reverend Fair, for that great introduction and that smooth sound of People Get Ready.
Thank you.
So Free for Free, Snap Partners, you heard me talk about Snap Partners over the past several months. Snap Partners has a ability where you can register with Snap Partners for free. And guess what? You can stay for free. And guess what? You can make money out of the different verticals for all of this for signing up for free. And I'm going to get into it in a little bit about the additional verticals that were launched this year that can help other people as well. So you can help others, you can help yourself, and you can do this all for signing up for free. So Reverend Fair, I'm going to turn it back over to you to introduce our guest of honor for the day and our CEO.
Thank you, Ms. Candace Jones. We have some hot breaking news for you today. We want to inform you and empower you on our podcast today. And we have our CEO himself who will be bringing to you our guests for today and also the hosts on our show. And we have Mr. Charles E. Bibb Sr., the legendary political guru himself, all the way from East Cleveland, Ohio. Take it away, Mr. Bibbs.
All right. Reverend Ben Fair, I keep telling you every week, I'm afraid I'm going to lose you to New York City.
Yes, sir.
We got to hold on to you. Thank you. Thank you. And
Yes.
like Miss Candace Jones said, thank you for that rendition of People Get Ready.
Yes, sir.
And we really mean that tonight. People get ready because an awful lot of things are happening and an awful lot of new things.
Mhm.
So we won't delay the hours because we don't have any time to spare. So we're going to use every ounce of this time tonight because we got live guests tonight and we got guests coming from all over the country. So I'm told Miss Joanne Holly has a new venture for us to share with us coming up. And Miss Joanne Holly, are you in the house?
Mr. Charles E. Bibb Sr., I am in the house.
Very good. Share the information with us, please, to our live and viewing audience.
Well, thank you, Mr. Bibb, for inviting me. I really love your show. I love the rendition every week, too. People get ready. You done jumped up there, Reverend, to be a superstar. All right, I'm loving it. And Candace, too, she's the guru. So I'm glad to be a part of the team.
Thank
And
you.
I want to bring some exciting news to you because I am putting a production together now to do a fashion show for men and women. So it's going to be the same show, but it's going to be men and women. And the prizes are great. $500 for the first winner, $250 for the second winner. Plus, they have a chance of getting a diamond necklace. And you can go on Facebook on my page, and you will see the diamond necklace, and you'll see, everything right there. So this is going to be an exciting time. So we're looking for models of the year for this and next month, model of the year to win your grand prize. So start getting ready, getting your gowns in order. It's going to be evening gowns wearing and refreshments and all the good stuff that you like to hear. And also, I want you to get ready for my credit repair and debt classes. It will be a conference call, basically, but I'll have some here and there live. I want everybody to get their credit ready for next year so we can get them moving and shaking. What these authorities are doing with credit repair and debt is shameless. They need to be shot. It's terrible the way they've got everything set up with all of these, I should say, illegalities that they're using to get people's information. And I want you to learn this information because I won't be around forever. I will be gone and you will not have this information because nobody else is going to tell you. And it's in books, it's on the internet, but people don't read. Okay, so I already know that. So call in, go to Facebook, call in, get your questions answered. Be ready for a thrilling next few weeks because we're going to be moving and shaking, not looking and waiting. Back to you, Mr. Charles E. Bibb, in your baby blue.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Elena. Thank you again. And Reverend Fair,
Yes, sir.
are you ready?
Yes, I am, Mr. Bibb.
Give us our first breaking news.
All right, we have our first breaking news. We'll begin with our former president, and that is Mr. Donald Trump himself. And it states here, Mr. Bibbs, that on June the 13th, 2023, our ex-president, Mr. Donald Trump, pleaded not guilty. Historical federal indictment. The former president, Donald Trump, who was indicted by the Department of Justice over potential mishandling of classified documents, has pleaded not guilty to the charges against him. Trump was arraigned Tuesday at a federal courthouse in Miami. He has been charged with, listen to this, Mr. Bibbs, 37 counts.
My goodness.
Including 31 counts of willful intention of national defense information. It's the first time in American history that a former president has faced federal charges. The former president, Donald Trump, began his remarks Tuesday after he had been in court in Miami Tuesday night in Bedminster, New Jersey, by slamming the administration of President Joe Biden over his indictment for the alleged mishandling of classified documents. Today, we witnessed the most evil, this is what ex-president Donald Trump was saying. Today, we witnessed the most evil and heinous abuse of power in the history of our country, he said to a crowd of supporters. Very sad thing to watch. A corrupt sitting president has his top political opponents arrested on fake, fabricated charges of which he and numerous others presided will be guilty right in the middle of a presidential election in which he's losing very badly. Earlier Tuesday in Florida, Trump was arrested in a historical arrangement in Miami federal courthouse where he pleaded not guilty to 37 criminal charges. Trump is the first former president to face federal charges and was arrested and booked alongside his aide and co-defendant, Walt Knott. This indictment comes just months after Trump was charged with a Manhattan grand jury in a separate hush money case. This is where we are today, Mr. Bibbs. with ex-President Donald Trump.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And,
And also we have a little bit to add to that, Mr. Bibbs.
Yeah, before we leave Trump, let me add that to this.
Uh-huh.
His charges, and when he was before the judge, who
Mhm.
was the magistrate judge,
Uh-huh.
first time in history, he doesn't have any rules to follow.
Mm.
Only rule he has to follow, don't talk to any witnesses.
Right.
They didn't take his passport. He can go in and out the country.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't take his pistol.
Mm.
None of the things when you go to federal court, big federal court,
Mm-hmm.
didn't have to do any of that.
Wow.
Unusual. And unusual not to take a picture of it
Mm.
because they were afraid that picture might get out with that number in front of it.
Yeah.
And it, don't tell them how much you could sell that for, the original stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they said they'll use anything out the files they
Yes, sir.
already have. So that was good.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You also have Mr.
And also when he spoke,
Uh-huh.
it wasn't, he wasn't speaking. He went to a rally with the Latinos in Florida
Mhm.
and the evangelists
Mhm.
who sang happy birthday to him.
Evangelicals, yeah.
Right, right.
Mhm.
And then now you can share that other news you have.
All right. We have Mr. J.D. Vance lays out a plan to sabotage the federal law enforcement.
J.D. Vance,
Yes, he's the U.S. Senator of Ohio.
thank you.
All right. The U.S. Senator from Ohio, J.D. Vance, lays out a plan to sabotage the federal law enforcement because Trump was arrested. Wow. The former president supporters in Congress wants to use their position to punish the Justice Department. The Ohio Senator J.D. Vance has vowed to grid the Justice Department to a halt in response to the indictment of Donald Trump on charges related to his treatment of classified documents after leaving office. Trump was arrested and arraigned in Miami on Tuesday. Vance posted a video from the steps of the Capitol earlier in the day, declaring that he will be holding all Department of Justice nominees. I think that we have to grid this department to a halt until Attorney General Merrick Garland promises to do his job and stop going after his political opponents.
My goodness. Miss Candace Jones. That's what the federal judges are appointed.
Mm-hmm.
But one senator can hold it up.
Wow.
And J.D. Vance
Mhm.
is from Ohio.
Mhm.
Yes,
Right.
He's our United States Senator.
yes.
So everything has come to the halt for Biden appointing judges. Can't stop it, but it can hold it up.
Yes.
So look like it's gonna get a little rough.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Good
welcome.
report.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Candace Jones.
Yes, Mr. Bibb, I have some information on an upcoming Juneteenth event. And with Juneteenth coming up on Monday, our third annual celebration of Juneteenth, there's a lot of Juneteenth activities going on. So this was shared with us by Dr. Robin Simmons, who has been our guest for a couple of weeks. She wasn't able to join us here today, but this Juneteenth event, the Metropolitan Cleveland Alliance of Black School Educators 2023 Juneteenth Award Celebration. This will be located at the John F. Kennedy High School. The address is 15111 Miles Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44128, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Monday, June 19th. The guest speaker will be Shaw High School alumni Tiffany Warren, Essence bestseller author, 2 books to film BET and #1 movies, The Favorite Son and The Sound of Christmas. This is a free event for family. There'll be family food and fun. Vendors will be there. And these award celebrations are for 9th through 12th graders. There'll be the Black Men Tech in Cleveland, Cast Down Your Bucket, Talented 10th, Drum Major for Justice, scholarships, and parent commissions. So it's a great event on June 19th.
Is there a charge?
No, it's free. It's a free event.
It's free.
Free.
Mhm, free.
We might be able to catch the tail end because we have an event, but we strongly support it.
Yes.
Mhm.
And it's actually being held. Share that with us again.
It's being held at John F. Kennedy High School, 15111 Miles Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44128, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m.
All right, very good. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Candace, for giving the report from Dr. Sims from the Lions, who will be with us on Saturday at the East Cleveland Library. Okay, let's roll again, Reverend Fair.
Yes, sir.
What you have for us? You next.
All right. We have let's see, what do we have here? You want to go with the Cuyahoga County Detention Center?
Justin Bibb.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. We have some information, Ms. Bibbs, concerning our mayor of Cleveland. Let's see if I can find it. Jeez.
I help you. Today's Plain Dealer
Mhm.
editorial page. The Plain Dealer wrote a hot article
Mhm.
about Mayor Justin Bibb and what he is saying about the judges of Cleveland Municipal Courts. And that's in today's Plain Dealer. And you have a article on that day's Plain Dealer. Come back.
Yep.
Are you getting, so we'll keep it moving.
Okay.
Miss Sharon Penman,
Yes, sir.
you want to share with us Juneteenth?
Sure, Mr. Bibb. So the People Get Ready podcast, as we've been announcing for the previous weeks, is going to be hosting our Juneteenth extravaganza weekend. Saturday, June 17th and Monday, June 19th. The Juneteenth extravaganza weekend will kick off at the East Cleveland Public Library for a community day. And on Monday, June 19th, at the East Cleveland Community Day giveaway at McDonald's at Eddy Road. The Saturday event will be held, as I said, at the East Cleveland Public Library from 1:30 p.m. until 4:30 p.m. Doors open at 1 p.m. On Monday, as I said, we will be giving away over $80,000 in household supplies, hygiene products, and PPE equipment, all free at the McDonald's located at 13705 Euclid Avenue in East Cleveland at Eddy Road.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are welcome, Mr. Bibb. Also, if I may add, there is a Juneteenth event, a free concert and drive-through product distribution on Monday, June 19th. You can register through Eventbrite at 1 p.m. for 1 p.m. drive-through, where products will be given away as well, over $80,000 in products again. And there will be a free concert starting at 4 p.m. This will be located at 21400 Southgate Park Boulevard. As I said, you can go on Eventbrite to register for seating.
Thank you very kindly.
You are
Good
welcome.
information. We're a big community and we have to take care of a lot of people.
Right.
And Mr. Billy Sharp will be joining us later in the program to tell us about McDonald's at Eddie Road in Euclid and how he's a part of the East Cleveland Community Day operation. And okay, being fair, we will move right along. Ms. Candace Jones, bring us up to date with SNAP, would you?
Okay. So as I was mentioning earlier about that you can register for SNAP for free, and there are various different ways that you can help yourself, you can help businesses, you can help.
Ms. Candace,
Yes.
when you say register free, I have my good friend here today, Mr. Jeff Nixon. I want him to join SNAP. How much
Okay.
it costs to join SNAP?
It's free.
Oh, okay, all right.
Doesn't cost anything to
Tell him he
join.
didn't know.
So the simple process is, Mr. Bibb, you would send Jeff Mixon a link on his phone.
Right.
He would click on that link. It would come up with the screen. It would ask him some information like his name, phone number, email address, and you pick a user ID, whatever he wants it to be. You click on submit and he's registered. That's
Okay.
all it takes. And he's registered for free. But yet he has access to all of these different verticals that I'm going to talk about now, especially the two that were launched this year are the two big ones that are definitely help everyday people out. So the first one is Ohio electric and gas bills have doubled starting June 1st of 2023. You can join SNAP Partners for free. As I just mentioned, doesn't cost anything to join. You can get paid for helping customers with their energy bills. As I mentioned, your gas and electric bills are being doubled as of June the 1st. So when you get your next bill, it's going to be doubled from what it was before. You can get paid for helping customers with health insurance, with SNAP Health Insurance. You can get paid for various different verticals with SNAP Partners, and SNAP Partners has various different verticals. I mentioned SNAP Energy. Right now, SNAP Energy is turned on for commercial customers, so you can help a business save on their gas and electric bills. You can help out with SNAP Health Insurance by getting people to sign up that don't have insurance and find a low rate for them to get health insurance, or they can get it for free. There's various different ways to do that. You can sign customers up for the SNAP Entertainment, which is Vidco, which is a streaming entertainment service. It's high on the sports end, but it has over 150 channels available. You can sign them up for SNAP Financial, which is the ERC program, which has been around with SNAP Partners for about a year. And what the ERC program is an employee retention tax credit, where a business can get up to $26,000 tax credit for W-2 employees that they had employed during the pandemic. So the ERC program is part of the CARES Act that came out in 2020 to help businesses stay active and stay keeping their employees employed. You can get a tax credit for those employees that you had employed. A lot of businesses are not aware of that because they think, oh, I had PPP loans, so I don't qualify for ERC. Well, yes, you do. Even if you had PPP loans, you can still qualify for tax credits. And again, you can potentially get up to $26,000 per W-2 employee. So if a business had anywhere from 10 to 500 employees, it's worth the time to go through and see if you can get some extra money back. The average that businesses are getting back is on a commission basis is anywhere from $500 and up. That's for if someone referring, like Mr. Bibb, if you refer to business, the average commission you're getting back is $500, but there's more than that. There are some commissions that have been paid in the thousands, $10,000 commissions for helping to get a business to get these tax credits. This is not going through a bank. It goes through the IRS because it's based on your taxes that you pay, payroll tax during 2020 and 2021. So it's just an amendment to that tax to get a credit back. So that goes to the IRS. There's money out there to be allocated for these tax credits. So you may as well try to get as much of that back as you can. How many times you get money back from the IRS? And this is legitimate free money. This program is going to be going away in April 15th of 2025. There will be no more options to get this tax credit. This was part of the CARES Act in 2020, and it was stated then that it will be going away in 2025. So come on and get that money before legislation can change to take that away. So you might as well get it while it's here and available. So there is a training that we're going to be having this Sunday to introduce those that don't know about all of the different verticals with SNAP partners, and to show you how you can sign up for free, and to show you how you can get started with helping these customers out with their gas, electric, and with their insurance. The training will be this Sunday, June 18th, 2023 at 5 p.m. The location will be at the Personal Chef Jamaican Restaurant, which is located at 27075 Chardon Road, Richmond Heights, Ohio, 44143. And you're probably thinking that restaurant sounds familiar. Well, that's one of our SNAP partners, business partners, Garfield Dawes. He has a restaurant and he uses SNAP delivered for the delivery service as well. That's one of the verticals that's with SNAP delivery service. So this training is free. Again, register for free. You get training for free. Seating is limited, so please call and RSVP. You can call Candace at 216-570-4738. But please call, please register for this training. It's very important to get started now to helping out businesses save on their gas and electric. Residential customers will be coming soon, probably in another month. But you can start helping businesses out, save on their gas and electric. Again, the training is this Sunday, June 18th, 2023, 5 p.m., 27075 Chardon Road, Richmond Heights, Ohio. Any
Thank
questions?
you, Ms. Candace. Lots of information. And that's a great opportunity for those who don't have any money to get started in business. And the way Ms. Candace told us, you can sign up for free and start making money.
Right. Because
That
with
don't happen nowhere.
each one of those customers that you help get save on their gas and electric, which each one of those customers that you help with their health insurance or with their delivery service or streaming entertainment, you get a commission off of all that. And again, you signed up for SNAP Partners for free.
All right, thank you. Reverend Ben Fair.
Yes, sir, Mr. Bibb.
Yesterday, former President Donald Trump was charged and he pleaded guilty.
Yeah.
And the national polls polled the United States to see how those 12 candidates are doing. And I'm told it came out today, a new poll, Mr. Jeff Mixon, spanking brand new poll on what the community think, not the community, the United States think about the candidates in the Republican primary.
Yes.
Can you share that with us, please?
Yes, I can, Mr. Bibb. The new polls came out for the 2024 Republican primary, and it states Trump leads increases following federal indictment. Can I say that again, Mr. Bibb?
We didn't hear that.
Trump leads increase following federal indictment.
My goodness.
Here is the polling results, rather. Donald Trump, 59%. Ron DeSantis, 19%.
My goodness.
Tim Scott, 4%. Nikki Haley, 3%. Vicar Ramswam, 3%. Chris Christie, 2%. Asia Hutchinson, 1%. And Doug Burgum, 0%. And someone else, we don't know who that is, 1%. So that's the polling, Mr. Biz. It's interesting to me.
Yes, because every time Donald Trump
He get indicted.
get indicted, he go up in the polls, Mr. Nixon.
Yeah. looks
So-
like it.
Look like this race for nomination gonna end quick.
Yes.
Month ago, DeSantis, the governor of Florida, was about 30%.
Mm-hmm.
Then Donald Trump got indicted. He went 26.
Hmm.
Trump got it in New York.
Mm-hmm.
He dropped to 22%.
Yeah.
And now he went before the federal magistrate yesterday. And DeSantis went down to 19%.
19%.
So what we see a pattern, Mr. Jeff Nixon, of Trump going up in the polls and DeSantis coming down. The reason I keep saying DeSantis because he's the only one in double digits. The third person in the poll, how much percentage do they have?
Mr. Former Vice President Mike Pence, he has 8%.
8%.
Yes.
And the senator from South Carolina, African American, Tim Scott.
Tim
what does
Scott.
he have? What does
He
he have?
has 4%.
It's gonna be kind of difficult to get up in the double digits.
Mhm.
Right. All right, good job. Good job.
Right.
It's Candace.
Yes. Mr. Bibb.
Mr. Billy Schaub, have we heard from him yet?
No, he must be busy.
Okay,
So-
we'll come back to him. Because my report shows. Okay. Where's that one go? Very good. You have someone else?
Yes. So
you-
we have a special guest that joined us this evening, Mary Addison Carter. And she's going to share a great event that's coming up. She's going to share about an art exhibition, The Shades of My Blackness, a Black woman's experiences. And I'm going to let Mary talk about the event that's coming up, the location it will be. And Mary, if you're on the line, I see you're here. So if you can share some information about the event that's coming up, how you got started with this event. And thank you for joining us. Mary, you're muted if you're on. I'm going to read some information off of the flyer until Mary is able to join us. You are cordially invited to join us for an art exhibition, The Shades of Blackness, a Black woman's experience, featuring the original collections by social justice artist Mary Addison Carter.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mary. Thank you for joining.
Nice to be here.
So if you can tell us about the event that you have going on.
Yes, it's a solo art exhibition. Myself is the solo artist. I'm an African American social justice artist, and I received a grant to complete 7 works of art. And So the 7 works of art that I'm dealing with is events or experiences that African American women have been in their lives, things that happened to them in their lives, such as being invisible, dealing with colorism, domestic violence, being isolated in our communities as we work. So these are the different types of paintings that I'm engaged in. My show is being sponsored by the Satellite Fund. It is administered by Spaces and funded by the Andy Warhol Foundation for the Visual Arts. It's a regional re-granting program. I was involved in the first arts contest that they had, which was We Wear the Mask, and where I took first place in that particular show. And wrote a grant, my information, and was given an opportunity to display my artwork and to do it. And so on June the 24th, from 2 to 7 at the Snicker Fritz Cultural Workshop, which is located at 13430 Euclid Avenue, 441112. And the art curator is Mr. Edward Parker. So we will be having guests there, and we'll hope that many of your participants will come out and view the show.
Okay, that sounds very exciting. And so after the opening reception, the exhibition will still, the art will still be at that location for anyone to view, right?
Yes, actually, it'll be up until July the 15th. July the 15th, the National Congress of Black Women is going to help me host a domestic violence workshop. One of my pieces that deals with domestic violence, I'm going to have a paint and sip on the final day of the show to benefit the domestic violence organization. So we'll be having that up on Eventbrite as the final piece of the art show.
Well, thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions you'd like to ask?
Yes. What is the cost of admission?
It's absolutely free. Come and enjoy the show and have some libations with me.
All right, very good.
Come to the paint and sip. It will be $20. And the money was going to the domestic violence organization.
Would you repeat that, please?
Yes, the cost of the art exhibition, which will be opening on the 24th of June, is absolutely free.
Okay.
But the ending, the culminating event, which will be on July the 15th, is going to be a paint and sip. And it's going to be around domestic violence, where people can come and paint their feelings and reflections about domestic violence.
Now, where will that event be
That
held?
will be at the Snicker Fritz also. It's the last night of the show.
All right. Well, I'll be there to see you. You can tell my good friend Ed Parker, because he's in the heart of East Cleveland, and East Cleveland is my favorite city of all time.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. I'm sure he'll be excited to see you.
Yeah, he gonna get excited when you tell him Bibb is coming. We served on the East Cleveland Public Library Board together 2 different times. Very good.
Wonderful.
I look forward to meeting you. Reverend Fair,
Yes, sir, Mr. Bibb.
any questions?
No, not at this time.
Okay,
Thank you, Mary, for joining us today.
Thank you all so much for having me, and I look forward to seeing you on June the 24th.
and we'll,
Okay.
and we'll look forward to seeing you in the studio here with us for the next time.
Oh, thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
all right. Now we're gonna move on. And just a double hitter. We're going to Detroit, Michigan, and get one of the hottest presenters that we have in the United States, presenting one of the hottest products we have in the United States at the hottest time of the summer in some places. Mr. James Panicus.
Yes. Hey,
House.
Mr. Bibb, how you
Yeah.
doing?
Doing great. And I want you to share with us after you finish your report on the fine product of what we're going to be doing on July the 8th, which is super Saturday. And give us the latest information that you might have.
All right, all right. Well,
All
hey,
right.
I want to thank you, Mr. Bibb, for having me on here. You know, it's my pleasure and privilege to be able to speak to everybody on the podcast and share with them the hottest opportunity out here called Aluva. And Aluva is spelled Aluva. And if you take the A off the front and the A off the back, you're left with love with you in the middle. And that's what the company is based on, is loving you inside and out. So what we have is we have combined the health and wellness industry along with the hedge fund, hands-off hedge fund trading industry. And we have a few other verticals that are going on, but they are not the hottest thing that we have right now. See, we have a product called Life Greens. And this Life Greens is making a difference in a lot of people's lives because of different health issues, different things that we have going on, you know, because of the things that we put into our bodies, you know, and I know, Mr. Bibb, you and I was talking about something that is hurting a lot of people called leaky gut syndrome. And leaky gut syndrome, basically 9 out of 10 people in the world are suffering from leaky gut syndrome. And it's very, very simple. It's just when the lining of your stomach starts getting cracks and holes, but it allows the poisons and toxins out into your bloodstream and it starts poisoning your organs. And that causes inflammation. It causes sickness and disease in the body. And it creates something called an unhealthy gut microbiome. But what our Life Greens does is it corrects leaky gut syndrome and gives you a healthy gut microbiome, which eliminates those diseases and those sicknesses in the body. And it's a proven fact that if you have a healthy gut microbiome, that your body will feel great and you will be, you know, totally disease free. Now, our Life Greens has all these nutrients. It has all the vegetables. In fact, in one sachet, it has the nutrient equivalent to what somebody would eat in 1 year, just in one of those sachets. And it has been scientifically proven to correct all your gut microbiome products in as little as 14 days. It has a phenomenal taste, gluten-free, you know, non-GMO, and it's vegan. So I want people to understand that is what's making the biggest difference. Now, when it comes to other diseases in the world, something called chronic bronchitis, I'm joking, Mr. Bibb, but that's the disease of reoccurring debt. And see, the disease of reoccurring debt is what a lot of people are suffering from out here because of our economy, because of everything that's going on. Well, Aluva has cracked the code. We have a hedge fund. It is a hands-off hedge fund trading opportunity where you don't have to learn about candlesticks. You don't have to learn about stop losses. You don't have to know anything about trading. You can actually jump into a Wall Street-based hedge fund that does $3 billion a day in trading and let the experts do the work for you. But you can look at your money, you can touch your money and pull it out anytime you want to. And people are getting a lot of security from this. So that's what Aluva's doing. But here's the greatest thing. You were mentioning July 7th, I do believe, 7th and 8th. In that weekend, we are coming to Cleveland and we are doing something huge, and we are introducing the Aluva life-changing products and that hedge fund trading opportunity for everyone, so we can actually start making Cleveland one of the healthiest and wealthiest cities out here on the planet today, Mr. Bibb.
Wow. That's a good combination, Mr. Panicus.
Hey, you know that song, It's a winning combination.
Yeah, right. Coming out of Detroit, Michigan. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. All right. We'll be looking for you. And the team on Saturday, July the 8th.
All
out
right.
in Keller Park. Thank you.
All right. See you at the top.
Okay, see you at the top. Okay, next on our program is a project we've been working on 2 years. But we're gonna have a merger today.
Right.
Bibb video podcast, people get ready. Started on this project 2 years ago. Juvenile Detention Center. Just in case you forgot about it, I asked Mr. Reverend Ben Fair to go in the archives and bring it up and read it to him again, please,
All
Reverend
right.
Fair.
Yes, sir. The Cuyahoga County Juvenile Detention Center status. The Plain Dealer article, October 6, 2021. And this is what the article stated, Mr. Bibbs. It says, they are treating us like animals. We can't come out of our rooms for we don't know how long. We are scared for our lives. We just want to see and hear our family again. Please help us. These words rang out on social media last summer in a letter written by a youth inside the Cuyahoga County Juvenile Detention Center, where about 125 children are detained. 90% of the juveniles at this facility are under age 18. The facility is attached to the juvenile court on East 93rd Street and Quincy Avenue. If you passed by recently, you wouldn't have guessed children are housed inside. There's no sign of them in the large yard out back. Instead, they remain locked up in drab cells, but big enough to fit a narrow mattress on top of a concrete bench for sleeping. This is where they spend most and sometimes all of their days. Use of isolation has only intensified during the pandemic with severe staff shortage. In the past year, conditions have become so dire that it begs the question, how can we as a community justify the mistreatment of our youth, our young people, in addition to the lacking access to basic hygienes like soap, clean laundry, and sanitized living spaces? The youth are forced to wear soiled underwear and be shackled to use the bathroom. Those who refuse to be shackled are given bags to relieve themselves in their cells. They often go to bed hungry and wake up famished. There isn't enough staff to transport youth throughout the facility. Thus, meals are delayed, youth eat alone in their cells, daily exercise and in-person school is denied, and rehabilitative programming and family contact is non-existent.
Thank you, Reverend. And I wanted Mr. Jeff Mixon to be aware. Read that date again on that article.
The article date is October 6, 2021.
That's when we started working on this. We had the two candidates for county executive on this podcast. And we spoke to them about juvenile detention center. After you finish your report, then we'll talk about that. I'd like to present to you Mr. Jeff Mixon, who's put together a group. It's gonna do the same thing, not the same thing, but they're gonna tackle this juvenile detention center problem because the community is going to sleep. They're not working on it.
Mhm.
And we want to go back to working on it. So I want you and Jeff Mixon
Mhm.
to work on this. So we'll get with his group and he's gonna give us a presentation now. Mr. Jeff Mixon from Ward 7 Society, Cleveland, Ohio.
Hey, thanks for having me. Hello, Mr. Bibb. Hello, Mrs. Jones. Hello, Reverend Fair. I remember the work that was going on, and when I heard a young lady named Sonia Sanders speak at an event, and she was talking about how some of the correction officers, if someone says something to them that they don't like, they would actually threaten to put them in a cell with someone that they knew was a sexual abuser, or they would actually put them in a cell with someone that I thought was a sexual abuser.
Mhm.
We heard other stories from a young lady named Marky Ogletree. So, I went back and I picked, I read the article, was October 6, 2021. I read that article again. And then of course I read, all the headlines from the United States Department of Justice. They rank Ohio as high for sexual victimization in juvenile detention facilities. So we decided that we needed to bring this issue to the attention of our leaders in a way that they couldn't ignore it. So that's why we chose Juneteenth. On Monday, June 19th, which is Juneteenth, at 4:00 p.m. at the Cuyahoga County Juvenile Detention Center, 9300 Quincy Avenue. The Cleveland Democratic Society of Ward 7 is sponsoring the Juneteenth prayer vigil for our youth. We're going to pray for the youth. We're going to pray for the city of Cleveland, and we're going to pray for our leaders. We're working with a number of organizations, including Black Lives Matter in Cuyahoga County, Black on Black Crime Incorporated, the True Leaders Movement, Survivors Victims of Tragedy, Black Women's Army, and Black Man's Army. Mainly we have a speakers list. There'll be quite a bit of prayer, and then we'll have speakers that will address the various topics. But the main thing, here's a quote by Alfred E. Porter Jr. from Black on Black Crime Incorporated, former president and current ambassador. And I like that he just put it out there in 7 words. He says, sexual abuse of minors must be stopped. And as a community, I don't understand how any community, when they hear all the stories, you get articles from the United States Department of Justice, from the Akron Beacon Journal, from newspapers all over the country talking about these issues, the articles from the Plain Dealer and Eyewitness Report. And we're trying to figure out why our leaders aren't doing anything about it. So we decided to kind of prick their consciences, bring it to their attention and try to force them to deal with the issue.
Very good. Would you read the list of speakers, please?
Okay, we're gonna start out with Alfred Porter Jr., the ambassador to Black on Black Crime Incorporated. He will do opening remarks. Derek Wade will do the opening prayer. Alfred Porter Jr. will come back and he'll discuss the situation in the Cuyahoga County Juvenile Detention Center, which Reverend Fair did a pretty good job of describing. Thank you for that. Derek Wade will return and do a prayer for our children, and he'll talk about the connection between lead poisoning and crime. A lot of times we figure someone's in jail, whatever happens to them, they deserve. But I think a lot of people don't understand that when you're poisoned with lead, it affects your mind and body in such a way that you're much more likely to end up being locked up. So to say that, those children deserve whatever happens to them in that juvenile detention center is just wrong, and we shouldn't stand for it. After Derek Wade, Sonia Sanders will talk about the role of the Department of Children and Family Services. Brenda Campbell will do a prayer for our city. We must protect our youth.
Who's that person doing that prayer for the city?
Brenda Campbell, she is a member of a number of organizations, including Black Lives Matter Cuyahoga County and the Cleveland Cleveland Ward 7 Democratic Club. Bobby Whipple, the leader of the Cleveland Democratic Society of Ward 7, will talk about the need for trauma and rehabilitation. He specializes in trauma. And we have a couple open positions for pastors. One is a prayer for our leaders. That will be followed by me, Jeff Mixon, talking about free speech and justice. And we'll end with the founder of Black on Black Crime, Art McCoy. He will discuss the call to action and next steps that we hope will include a discussion with the union of these correction officers and a follow-up prayer vigil in September. And then, of course, we'll close with the prayer. This isn't a celebration, but we'll be, we will be serving grilled hamburgers and grilled hot dogs, and we'll make sure people are hydrated. So there'll be plenty of water on hand. But this is an issue that we need to address, and the fact that that we're not addressing it, it doesn't speak well to others.
Very good. I'm glad to see you stepping up to the plate.
Thank you.
I'm glad to see you get the coalition together. Continue to build the coalition,
Yes.
and things are gonna happen.
All right. Believe you.
And we will get in touch with the county executive and see if he want to come and talk about it. See if he's gonna do.
Mhm.
He has limited. He doesn't have direct oversight, only through the budget.
Mhm.
But we want to know if he's doing it through the budget.
Sounds good.
Good. Reverend Fair, any questions, anything?
Mr. Nixon, we want to say thank you for taking up this cause, because the youth and our community need it. And thank you for illuminating this problem with our youth, so that our leaders can take action. So I want to ask, the question is, what are you expecting for our leaders to do once they get this information in their hands?
Yeah, I think we want to start with just making it clear. We want our leaders to kind of acknowledge that a problem exists and to look into the problem. There's so much information written about it. It's hard for me to believe that they need to have a study or something to see what's going on, but if that's what they need, I just hope some of our leaders take the time to go over there. When you were describing the cells that they're in, some of the conditions, not necessarily been fed the correct way and wearing soiled clothes and that type of thing. That's just unacceptable. And I would hope that our leaders, our elected officials, would agree with us.
Right. Reverend Fair and Jeff Mixon, you're speaking in third-party terms. What's that date that we started?
October 6th, 2021.
So they did what they're gonna do.
Got you.
So speak in terms of what we're gonna do. So just speak in terms. Because they've decided on what they're gonna do. This was 2 years ago that we brought it to their attention. And the plain dealer brought it to their attention before we did. We just took over for the plain dealer after they made it known what was happening. That's when we got interested in it. So you don't want to start off, Reverend, trying to convert somebody, make them aware of it. You got to give them opportunity to come and present their side. So, but we'll be talking about that.
Sounds good.
Okay. Ms. Candace, anything you'd like to say about that?
No, I
That's
look forward to hearing more information about it, and hopefully things will go well with the prayer vigil.
Thank you.
Positive.
Thank you.
It's called Call to Action. That's where you are now.
Okay,
call to action. And you need that because it's competition for all of everybody's time. There's so many different things happening.
mhm,
And we're going into a heavy political season, both local, state, and national in the next year.
mhm.
So that's why I say that you won't have time to go in, try and convert somebody. Have to keep working.
We
And
will.
congratulations
Thank you.
for you and the organization, the coalition. That's what you have, a coalition.
Yes.
Keep working on it. I want to thank our listening audience, viewing audience, and we'll keep bringing you as much as we can find out in all areas.